So today I'm going to be talking about blessing others through faithfulness. And a good example of faithfulness is probably Sarah and Abraham. So if you will, turn to Hebrews 11 through 12. By faith, even Sarah herself received the ability to conceive, and even beyond the proper time of life, since she considered him faithful who had promised. Therefore there was born even of one man, and him as good as dead, at that as many descendants as the stars of the heaven, and in number, and innumerable as the sand which is by the seashore. So this text is saying that Sarah had a child, even though she was so old, and that child's father was as good as dead. He was so old, he might as well just be dead. The next passage we'll look at is Genesis chapter 18, verse 9 through 19. Then they said to him, "Where is Sarah, your wife?" And he said, "There in the tent." And he said, "I will surely return to you at this time next year, and behold, Sarah your wife will have a son." And Sarah was listening at the tent door which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old, advanced in age. Sarah was past childbearing. Sarah laughed to herself, saying, "After I have become old, shall I pleasure my Lord, being old also?" And the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh, saying, 'Shall I indeed bear a child when I am so old?' Is anything too difficult for the Lord? At the appointed time I will return to you at this time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah denied it, however, her saying, "I did not laugh," for she was afraid. And he said, "No, but you did." Then the men rose up from there and looked down towards Sodom, and Abraham was walking with them to send them off. The Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do, since Abraham will surely become a great and mighty nation, and in him all the nations of the earth will be blessed? For I have chosen him so that he may command his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing righteousness and just, so that the Lord may bring upon Abraham what he has spoken about him." So this text is saying that it was the three men. They came and visited Abraham, and Abraham was very excited about these men coming. And one of them says, "At this time next year I will come back, and Sarah, your wife, will have a son." Sarah laughed about this. She thought it was crazy. "I'm so old, I can't have another kid." And so the Lord says, "Do you not think I can do this?" So we need to have the kind of faith that Sarah and Abraham had. Their faith, they had so good faith that they believed God whenever he said something crazy. Like, if God told you to jump off a skyscraper head first and then hit the ground as hard as you can and survive, that sounds crazy, right? How are you going to survive that? And we need to live by example. We need to have faith like Sarah. We need to, around our friends, at work, at school, or whatever, we need to stand out with our faith. We don't need to follow the crowd. I know some of my friends, whenever I'm around them and they have other friends around them, they start acting like their friends. So don't follow the crowd. So that's the challenge I'm going to leave you with. Thank you for your time.